Hello all, this is Abhilash. In this session, I will explain the executive part. That is the one of the important part of organs. So I will explain the definition, function, and types of executive. Okay, so let's start with the executive. So let's understand what is the executive. The executive is the branch of government exercising authority in and holding responsibility for the governance of the state. The Union Executive consists of the President, the Vice President, and the Council of Ministers, with the Prime Minister as a head to aid and advise the President. The executive executes and enforces law. The second but most powerful organ of the government is the executive. It is the organ which implements the law passed by legislature and the policies of the government. The rise of welfare state has a tremendously increased the functions of the state and in reality of the executive. In common uses, people tend to identify the executive with the government. There has taken a place of big increases in power and the role of the executive in every state. So this was all about executive. So let's understand their types and functions. First, president. You all know the president is elected by members of House of Parliaments and legislative assemblies of the states. The president must be citizen of India. I'm talking about his age, term, and terms and condition that is followed by president if he want to be elected by if you want to be serve as a president. So president must be citizen of India, not less than 30 years of age, and qualified for election as a member of the Lok Sabha. So he should be a member of parliament. That means a Lok Sabha. His terms of office is 5 years and he is eligible for re-election. So he can uh, fight for election again and again. As per Article 61 of Constitutions, he can be removed. Like his removal from office is to be accordance with the procedure prescribed in Article 61 of the Constitutions. He may, or by writing under his hand address to the Vice President, resign his office. If he want to resign, he can submit his resignation letter to Vice President. Okay. So next type is Vice President. The Vice President is elected by member of an electoral college consisting of members of both House of Parliament in accordance with the system of proportional representative by means of single transferable vote. So executive power of the union is vested in the president and is exercised by him either directly or through the officers subordinate to him in accordance with the constitutions. Supreme command of the defense forces of the union also vests in him. The president summons address sends message to parliament and dissolve the Lok Sabha at any time except when both houses of parliaments are in session. So president and vice president is having the power. They can dissolve the Lok Sabha anytime if they see there is no competence of motion in the member of parliament and the member of the government which central government is having. And one of the important thing is Parliament's organization makes recommendations for introducing financial and money bills and gives assent to bills, grant pardons, respites or remission of punishment or suspends and reminds or commutes such sentences in certain cases. When there is a failure of the constitutional machinery in a state, President or vice president can assume to himself all or any of the functions of the government of states. The president can proclaim emergency in country if he is satisfied that a grave emergency exists, right? Whereby security of India or any part of its territory is threatened, and whether by war or external aggression or armed rebellion. Uh, the vice president is the ex-office chairman of the Rajya Sabha, acts as a president when the latter is unable to discharge his function due to absence, illness, or any other cause. Till the election of new president, vice president will be handling the all things. He will be responsible for all the things which president has to do. So next, one of the second point is governor. The governor of a state is appointed by the president for a term of 5 years and holds office during his pleasure. Only Indian citizens above 35 years of age are eligible for appointment to this office. Executive power of the states is vested in governor. Sorry, it's governor. So Council of Minister with the Chief Minister as head aids and advises governor in exercise of his functions, except in so far as he by or under the constitution is required to exercise his functions or any of them in his discretion. Uh, we have exception like in respect of Nagaland, governor has special responsibility under Article 371A of the Constitution with the respect to law and order, even though it is necessary for him to consult Council of Ministers in matter relating to law and order, and he can exercise his individual judgment as of the action to taken. This is one of the last and important types of executive council of ministers. The chief minister is appointed. Now I'm talking about the states. Like we are having minister for states and as well as central. So chief minister, state minister is like they are liable and limited to the states only. Their power is limited to states only, that particular state, and the central ministers their uh, powers are for whole country. They can use their powers for whole country. So the chief minister is appointed by the governor, who also appoints other ministers on the advice of the chief ministers. The council of ministers is collectively responsible to legislative assembly of the state. The council is collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Now we are coming to the central ministers. The council of ministers comprises ministers who are members of cabinet, member of states, minister of state, and deputy ministers. There is a council of ministers headed by the prime minister to aid and advise the president in exercise of his functions. The prime minister is appointed by the president, who also appoints other ministers on the advice of prime minister. The council is collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. It is the duty of the prime minister to communicate to the president all decision of council of ministers relating to administration of affairs of the union and proposals of legislations and information relating to them. The council of ministers comprises ministers who are member of cabinet, minister of state, and deputy ministers. So this is the all three types of executive. Okay, in my next session we'll be covering the third type of organs of governance. Okay, so here I am closing the session. Thank you all. Thank you.